Hey, what's going on, guys? Queasy Flips here. Today, I'm going to teach you how to aerial. I'll go over 3 different kinds of aerials today: the vertical aerial, the horizontal aerial, and the backhand aerial. So the standard aerial is pretty intimidating when you don't know how the rotation works. It's all momentum based, right? So you have to be able to do the quick draw. That's just letting this handle go and then swinging it up like that. That action of flicking that handle up is very important. You don't even have to do it that fast. You can do it very slowly, because that's actually more accurate to the aerial. It's just gonna rotate once, and the only way to do it is just to fucking go for it. Just watch the rotation happen and aim for the same handle that you were holding in the very beginning. So here I'm holding the safe handle, and when I release, it does one full rotation and I catch the safe handle again. Once you get comfortable with the standard aerial, you can turn your hand over like this. Instead of catching with these 4 fingers, you're going to catch with the pocket of your thumb and index finger, and it just lands right there. It's the same exact timing as a standard aerial, you just turn your hand upside down. And to add a bit more style, you can kind of jump the gun and go for it instead of letting it land here. Next is the Helix Aerial, and this one is a bit trickier to get the hang of, but it's a lot simpler than it looks. So it's easier to start on the bite handle. You're going to do a wrist pass, but instead of catching that handle, that's where you release. So that's where you release. Instead of catching that handle, you're just going to toss it in the vertical plane here. And the important thing is to keep the knife as flat as possible. If you release it at an angle in any way, it's going to mess up. You're just going to catch this handle here after it goes around once. So again, you start on the bite handle, and as you swing up, you release here, it goes around one time, and you catch this handle. And from here, you're going to continue the rotation, basically one wrist pass, and then toss it up again and do the same exact thing. And every time you do it, you're actually switching handles. Lastly is the backhand aerial, and this one's the hardest. You could start from a closed grip here in the reverse position, holding any handle really, but you're just going to swing it to the back side of your hand like that. Let go of this handle and let it swing out to this side, and at the right time, like right about here, is when you just give a little pop, and there you go. Like that. And the higher you toss it, the easier it is to kind of watch the rotation happen. But you can do that from anytime you're holding it in the reverse grip, even if you're just holding one handle. Oops. So, you know, I'm freestyling. I get to the reverse grip, holding one handle, and then I can just toss it in there. Now, the biggest issue that I came across when adding aerials to my freestyles was the fact that an aerial would always end the trick. I would end up holding both handles, and I stop whatever flow I have going. I started experimenting with only catching one handle, like so, and then going into something else. You know, and the Helix Aerial kind of does that for you. You know, you can do it, repeat it a couple times, and then move on to something else, and then go back into the Helix Aerial. I'm all over the place. And with the backhand aerial, you know, you can catch one handle and then continue rolling in, you know. And then once you're able to just catch one handle, especially that one in particular, the standard aerial, and you catch the single handle there. So you start on the safe handle, let it rotate once, and instead of grabbing both handles in the dagger position, you're just going to grab that one handle. And I like to do it with just my thumb and first finger, because then that allows me to do a whip around like that into probably a thumb roll typically. But that's just kind of my thought process when it comes to freestyling, you know, is how I can connect tricks. You know, so that aerial right there where I catch it, it allows me to roll into that Helix Aerial, you know, and then I could swing around to a backhand aerial and just keep the flow going. But I hope this video helped in one way or another. If you like what you see, hit that like button. If you want to see more content, consider subscribing, and comment down below what you want to see next. Peace.